These strawberries and cream magic bars use fresh strawberries.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. First thing you to do is puree some strawberries. Now I made a mistake right off the bat with this recipe. The recipe says 1/2 cup quartered fresh strawberries pureed. I made enough strawberry puree to fill a 1/2 cup. So I think I probably had a little bit too much strawberry puree, but you'll see it turned out pretty good anyway. And you also need 1/2 cup of sliced strawberries. Now in another bowl, I've placed about 5.4 ounces of crushed graham cracker crumbs. That's about 9 graham cracker sheets worth. I'm adding to that 6 tablespoons of butter melted and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And stir that together. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is a super, super sweet dessert, and you can probably omit that extra sugar without any issues at all because the graham crackers are already pretty sweet on their own. Then grease a 9 by 13 inch pan, and you're going to spread that graham cracker mixture on the bottom. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge because there's not much of it and you have to do it really thin, but it does eventually spread out completely. Now the next layer is a cookie layer. That's 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Stir that together and set that aside. Then in a large bowl, you'll place 1/2 cup of butter that's at room temperature. Add to that 3/4 of a cup of white granulated sugar. Blend that together until creamy, and then add 1 egg and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then add the dry ingredients to that. Blend it in until you have a really kind of a very soft looking dough. Then you're going to take pieces of that, flatten it between your fingers to make a little patty, and place it on top of the graham crumbs. And you're going to continue to do this till it's all covered. If you have some graham cracker showing through, that's okay because it's going to spread out a little bit on its own. Again, this is quite fussy, but it's doable if you just take your time and use small pieces. Next layer is a cream cheese layer. That's 4 ounces of happy cream cheese at room temperature, the 1/2 cup of raspberry puree, and then you blend this together. At first it's going to look like poor Mr. Cream Cheese has been murdered, but then eventually you'll know you've reached the right stage when it becomes a very pretty light pink and there's no more big chunks of cream cheese left. Then you're going to pour that on top of your cookie layer, or the cookie dough layer I should say. Spread it around until it's as even as you can get it. And then take that 1/2 cup of sliced up strawberries and just spread them around on the top. And you could probably get away with using a few more strawberries or a few less strawberries depending on your tastes. Then you'll sprinkle on 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips and you drizzle 1/2 cup of sweetened condensed milk on the top. Just drizzle it as evenly as you can. And then you're going to bake this for 30 minutes at 350 degrees until the edges are brown and they look set. And then you're going to refrigerate it until it's completely cool. It says to refrigerate overnight, but I didn't find much of a difference from overnight to just until it was cool. And then slice it up into squares. And there you go. This was pretty good. It tasted like, my family told me it tasted like a strawberry kind of creamsicle kind of a flavor. So like a strawberries and cream flavor. Very sweet. The bottom layer is kind of crunchy like a cookie, and then you've got kind of a sticky, gooey kind of topping on it that tastes like strawberries. It's all right. It's not probably something I will make again. If you do choose to make this, I'm going to recommend that you use a parchment paper base so that it's easier to slice because it sticks quite a bit to the pan. Now here's another dessert that's probably better and just as delicious, and this is this strawberry no-bake lasagna. Give this one a try.